Hey everybody. Actually, I wanted to do a kind of a review on this program called iDoser. And I know a lot of people have heard about it. It's really pretty cool, um, the way that it can simulate different experiences that you would like to have and so forth. And they really have a plethora of options, and I guess what it would come down to are these binaural beats that they have available for you. The iDoser is you need the program to to load the binaural beats and have different visualizations that you can watch while doing it, and it's really simple to get. You can get they have a free version, and in the free version you can only download you can only play the binaural beats, and that's it. You can't play any music behind it. You can't export it to MP3s. You can't use any of the visualizations. You can only listen to it, which is cool in itself just to try it. But you just want to go to the iDoser, i-doser.com, download the software, and install it. And you will get an iDoser. It'll be the free one but I have the premium, so I have everything available. So with the premium, so we're just going to play around here. I'm going to load what they call a dose. And these doses, like I said, are to somewhat simulate what the experience is of what they're advertising here. So they have some really cool ones. They have some really bizarre ones, but they're um, the worst thing that could happen is it doesn't do anything for you. And so I like to go with the ones that are typically calming, or that might help me focus a little bit. So if I'm working on something on the computer and I'm not really feeling it, and I want to, get a little bit, um, focused on it, I would use something like either like Confidence or the Brain Plus, or the Brain Plus. This is they call it the Quality Hit, which is just a shorter version, more compact. So what I would do is I would use, for me, and like I said, they have tons, and there's some that come with them. The other ones you do have to buy. Some of them are really not that expensive, and some of them actually range up to $10 to $20 per dose. So what I'm gonna do is use the Brain Plus Quality Hit. I'm going to put that in our queue, and now you can load as many as you want in the queue. But what you want to do is what they suggest is when you load one, you want to basically, because you're setting your brain waves to to a certain frequency. So when you're done one, typically you don't just want to go into another one, which I was doing it for a little bit and I wasn't seeing a lot of results. So the reset one is basically just to get your brain waves back down to its initial place. So you would listen to this one, it would go through, and then you would listen to this one, and then you would load another dose, and I'll just do Confidence. And when you hold your mouse over all of them, they kind of give you a description of what they do, and and how to use them and so forth for what circumstances you're going to be doing. So I'm going to cue that. So when I play this, it'll play this, then it'll play this, it'll reset you, and then get you ready for the next one. The other cool thing is you can load an MP3 that you have in the background. These are all MP3s that actually I have purchased. They're actually mine now, so I don't want to get anything from YouTube saying blah blah blah. But all these are mine, so I can load them in, and then they'll actually play behind. They'll play together with the dose for just a better, just a more enjoyable experience. I'm not going to load it right now. So what we're going to do is just play the cue. You want to use headphones, definitely. It allows you to focus a little bit more. You're not as distracted. So, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna play the cue, and they give you this agreement, just saying, not they're not responsible. You're responsible for what you're doing and so forth. It's not a big deal. You just accept it or you agree, and then it'll begin to play. And that sound in the background is my MP3, but I'm going to unload that. So this is the actual brainwave sequence that's going to play. So that's going to play for 10 minutes, and then when that's done, it's going to go to reset, play that, and then when that's done, it's going to play the confidence. And when it's done, it's just done. The cool thing is that you can, if you're going to sit at the computer and do this, you can, watch. They'll give you little visualizations to look at while you're listening to the beats, kind of focusing focusing your mind on something else while listening to the beats, which is pretty cool. And they have quite a few too, which is nice. I like the raindrops the best, but there's tons of other ones that you can do. So you can look at it like this while listening to the beats. It's pretty cool. I mean, it's not even, there's some that are a little bit trippy, but for this one I feel it's just more of a refocusing tool than anything else. You can change the skins on here, so you can make it look like, there's tons of different ones you can make the skins look like. I just go with default because it doesn't really, it's not a big deal to me. This shows you how much long, this is the entire queue, so all this is, you have 58 minutes remaining. With this one that we're running right now, the Brain Plus Quality Hit, we have 8 minutes left on it. You can't really skip through. You can't skip through. You have to go through the entire thing, go through each entire one. You can change the volume on the dose, which is what we're listening to right now. If you do decide to load an MP3, you can load, you can change, you can, lower the volume or make it higher if you want. You can make sure that the MP3 loops. This is a beep between doses, means when this dose is finished, it's going to make a default beep letting you know that you're approaching the next dose, which is cool. And the last thing that's pretty cool with this, I'm going to stop this whole thing, is I'm going to export to MP3. Or I'm just going to remove, and you can put these in different orders and so forth, but I'm just going to export to MP3 the Brain Plus. So, and that'll give us, so that's something that's cool if you have the premium version, because if you're just sitting, I know they have an app for the iDoser, but you can, if you don't have the app, you can put it, just on an MP3 player or on your phone on the go, and you're just sitting somewhere and doing something, and you don't want to look at anything, you just want to listen to it, then then you can just do that. But yeah, it's pretty cool though. So now I have an MP3 of that, which is pretty cool. So like I said, they have tons. I have 146 in my library, and they range anywhere from calming down to getting amped up, to focus, to decrease stress. I know they have a couple bizarre ones that people like to play with, and that's not my cup of tea. I'd rather feel good than anything else. So you can go through and try each one. There really aren't a ton of if there are any side effects, they're not lasting. They will not last longer in my experience, maybe like 20 minutes, 30 minutes, people have all these crazy reviews of ones that they've tried, and it was just so crazy and so forth, and it really comes down to the individual. But I really think it can be used in a really healthy and productive and educational way, to help people calm down and focus and really kind of get on the right track on on what they want to do. So that's really it. I mean, it's a really simple program to use. The doses are easy to load. You know, like I said, export them to MP3. You have to have the premium version. If you don't have the premium version, if you have the free version, you can't use the skins, you can't use the visualizations, you cannot export. All you can do is load the doses and play it within the iDoser program, and that's all, which is still cool, but it's nice to be able to have things on the go. And if you have chill time, you can just watch the visualizations and listen to them, listen to your MP3s at the same time, all within the program without going to different programs and doing different things. So it's an all-inclusive thing. If you have any questions about it or any experiences about it, you know, leave a comment below. But other than that, I hope you enjoyed this review, and let me know if you have any suggestions.